Hey everybody, we're here with Shelbyville Now Live. I'm Luke Falk here with Dan Reed and Jeff Falk. We're going to be talking a lot of sports tonight, and then getting to some other topics as you guys throw those our way. We'd like to start by thanking our sponsors. We got A&S Heating and Cooling, and we got A&S Heating and Cooling. We've got Community Coatings. And we've got Rob Gardner, State Farm Insurance.
Absolutely. A couple $100 a month, and you'll get a phone sticker. I'm not sure. I thought he got those from Ralph Allen.
Rob Gardner, everybody. State Farm Insurance. I met with Coach Palmer today at Shelbyville Central High School. We did a little preseason interview. They got a lot of things going on. Been a tough week for him. One of the young men around the program passed away, and we definitely want to send our condolences to his family and all the players. And we cook a lot for the team, and he was always out there and always in a good mood, happy, smiling face. That's tough right before you get going into the season. But we talked about a lot of kids, and they're looking to have a good year. Just some of the names that I've noticed that I expect to have a pretty good year. Bo Williams, Gary Smith, Cale Swing, Mason Wright, Arius Trice, Lawson Lemon, Lonte Harris, Malachi Burns, Myson Day, and Quavion Brinkley.
You might want to throw Grayson Trammell in there.
Grayson Trammell? Grayson Trammell. I actually left his name
they're going to the I formation. They're going to pound the
Coach Palmer does not believe in the I formation, I don't think. I did forget Grayson Trammell on there. He was, I really did. And I'll have a funny story about why later, but I don't want to say it on here. But Gary Smith, I think, is going to be a big one. Man, lucky to have a big guy like that. Already got a couple of college interests. I think he's got an offer from MTSU. Him and Grayson both preseason All-State. Mason Wright this year kind of bulked up a little bit. Palmer was talking about. I think he's moved from defensive back to outside linebacker. Scrappy little guy. He's tough. They've replaced a lot of their receivers, but I think with some good guys. Malachi Burns, good, big, strong kid. Myson Day, Cale, Swing, Arius Trice. Just so I think it's going to be interesting to see a new bunch in there, but I think especially with a kid like Grayson throwing the ball to them, they have a chance to still be pretty good at the receiver position.
And it's really fun for us because a lot of these kids, the first year they were in pads, we coached them at Liberty, and we were such good coaches. We had Grayson Trammell at center.
Attaboy.
Now he's all-state quarterback. So, I mean,
he was a much bigger kid at the time in our defense.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah, but I'd say he could snap the ball. Shotgun snap, good.
So I look for them to have a big year. I think Dad's got the schedule over there. You just want to run down that real quick.
Okay. Starting out August 16th, which is a Thursday night, we play Tullahoma on the road.
Tough place.
Yeah, I've got that as a win. Marshall County, 24th, we'll get them at home, and their quarterback went back home
to Giles County.
So that's probably good for us. And then September 7th, Warren County away, down in that hole. I don't know that we've ever lost over there, and I don't think it'll be this year. That's a prediction. 14th, Lincoln County, we get them here. 21st, Stewart's Creek, and I think we scored up somewhere around 105 points combined last year on that. Or
first half.
It was a lot. We scored in about 10 seconds.
Was that the game? Was that the game Grayson threw for 606 yards?
Yes, and,
big deal.
Yeah, and we couldn't stop them. They couldn't stop us. So I don't know what they've got coming back, but I've got us as a win.
You got a W?
White County, thank goodness it's here, and we don't have to go there because you have to eat at McDonald's or Taco Bell. That's the only thing open up there. I got that as a win. I'm sorry, I don't mean that.
Well, go to some of these double A schools. I'll show you.
Hey.
Desolate.
October 5th, we get Summit away. I've got that as a win. I mean, you have to go through $500,000 homes to get there. Surely, we can be
Summit, former Chapel Hill coach over there.
I think
playoffs last year, won his conference.
I think it's gonna be a tough game. I think it's gonna be a tough game.
Eagles, baby.
Heard about them.
I think it's gonna be a tough game.
12th, we got Columbia away.
Eagles.
They got a great band. I've got that as a win.
Tullahoma wins band contest.
I didn't say. Look, they put out those buildings and stuff like it's like a Disney show last year.
That ain't even fair to the rest of them.
Well, I'm just saying.
Good.
But our band is built up. I heard we had like 100 something at
Hey.
Harris Middle School playing.
My wife will be proud.
Right.
Too dead.
Well, I say this. I mean, there were a few years there, and I said we couldn't even do like the Capital S. To do Shelbyville.
We come out
but we got a lot more now. We got a lot more now.
Right.
Then we got October 19th. We have Page away. I've got that as a win. And then the 26th, we close out regular season with Franklin County. I've got that as a win. Let me say it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Franklin County has a new coach this year, right?
No, last year.
Was he there last
Yeah, he ain't
Matt
bad.
McCurry.
He's all right.
You can bet.
What'd you end up 10-0?
I've got us. Yeah, I didn't see a loss.
Attaboy.
So
Attaboy. Congratulations.
and so
That's what a fan should say.
That's exactly right.
And Dan, you are obviously the biggest community fan.
Absolutely.
The U,
When I don't go to the
as you like to call it.
7-on-7s and
You like
bell
as the U, you like to call it.
buckles,
So
can't stand it. By the way, I can't stand that U. We are community. We are not the Miami Hurricanes of the late 80s.
the U,
Boy,
baby.
you want to get me fired up. Now, football in Unionville. We're going to have this is the most seniors ever had.
Yes,
And
it should be.
Grooms, Coach Grooms has talked about this bunch. This bunch won the junior high and
Yes,
in 8th grade. That's the only team ever, I think, have a winning record in middle school that I can remember. There might have been a few that were even, but this bunch won it. They went to Chapel Hill and won it. Now they're all seniors, and you've got – I read the article in the paper like you did. You got 3 quarterbacks, but I think we'll settle. From what I understood, the scrimmage the other night, they started Ransom at quarterback, former Liberty kid.
Right.
And then we ran Landon Langley at tailback. Now, he's a horse. And but I'm going to tell you the name that you're going to hear, and you're going to read about Times Gazette. C.J. Rivera. That kid is a horse. Now, here's the thing. I coached him when he was young, and guess what position? Center. And he was going to run for about 2,000.
They don't let us coach.
Whoever in Pee Wee football in Bedford County is playing center,
He did.
probably going to be a running back or quarterback by the
Depending on
time you
your
get to high school.
He was my center, and I'm just like you, never had a drop shot.
No, I guarantee you.
And but anyway, Landon Langley and CJ in the backfield. Now we run the spread. I've done everything but hog tie, grooms to settle down, get in there tight, and let's run the football. He don't like it. He don't like it. And so I'll be on the chain game, calling I formation and that kind of thing. But anyway, Vikings open up. None other. And by the way, there's a few more names on the mention. Zach Dabbs will knock your helmet off. That boy ain't got no sense. And that makes him a good ball player. And he is a good ball player.
What about the Merle kid?
The Merle kid is both he's back. He played last year, but that first year after that ACL, you know how that is. Man, he is an athlete.
In that middle
They play
school.
him. Oh yeah,
team
they play
had
him in the
stuff.
slot. He'll come across. They'll fake the sweep or hand it to him, and then they do a lot of motion things with him. But he can catch the ball too.
It's tough.
And the Gochi kid can catch the football. Heath Watterson at center, big boy. I coached him in baseball as a young, great kid. He's on the line. Big Chris Martin. Best sophomore. He's in Will's class. You remember him in Pee Wee? Bo Smith's going to be a senior linebacker. And then Ransom at quarterback. And then the Monroe kid that plays quarterback. I played him at tight end, but he's grew up. He's a big boy. Here's the thing. The Vikings just got to figure out how to win. You know, you got to have to figure out how to win. And here's what you do. You start out the first game a week from Friday at home against Cornersville. Now, when I was in high school, that was a W in any sport. Cornersville, not the same Cornersville we grew up. They played for the state title in single A last year, and then they're coming in here, and all I've read about is how everybody's back. So I got a win for the Vikings and a close one in that one. Then we go Two-More County, the 24th, Richland. Then we host Eagleville. They just got an all-state quarterback themselves. Then at Cascade, our beloved rival.
That's the one we need to cover.
We'll have.
I think we need a live coverage.
I think there's a big prayer meeting of both teams.
They love each other.
They do. We do.
No fights.
No.
That's good.
And we brought a chain out one time and a sledgehammer to the coin flip one time. I ain't never figured
Was
that out.
Butch Jones coach?
I don't know. The combined records wasn't worth the sledgehammer at the time. I don't like that mess. Let's just go play. But anyway, Champions and Vikings are going to go that is September 21st. And let's go.
And last year, first time community. So Cascade.
Let me tell you something.
Has there been a happier moment in your football life?
And it's nothing against them as much as I stood on that fence when they pounded our head. And it wasn't like Kenny was running it up. We just couldn't stop them. Right. And to be on a chain game and watch us beat them, man. And just remember those when Karkoff was a quarterback and they're slinging it and, man, Bats is their tailback. What are we supposed to do? I mean, poor Cody Pierce said hike. They were hitting him in the backfield. Lewis County, that's another. Boy, that's not going to be a fun night, but you never know. At Loretta, at Summertown, and at Chapel Hill or Forest.
3 away games.
I've got, and looking at this, I got the Vikings at 10-0, and looking at the state playoffs, representing their region. That's what the fans would always say. Here's the thing. Here's the goal. They said in the paper. This team needs to get to 5-6 wins and make the playoffs. I think they got to make the playoffs, and it's going to be as old as team he's ever had, and I can't wait.
It's still a young program.
It is.
And Cascade went through years of that, and then you get the Parker boys come back home, and they built a program, and where year after year, and I think now. Here the last couple of years, they've been in a downturn, but that happens at every small school. I promise you, at some point, your talent is going to be up and down some.
Yeah.
I expect them to be better this year, for sure.
I think Cascade Community is going to be right there together, and I think it's going to be another ball game. Forget what the record is. It's going to be a full house at the stable. Both places have new stands, new bleachers, and they look good. And they look good. Both fields look really nice, and man, they both need them.
And Cascade loses their starting quarterback before the season starts last year, and then loses their backup.
Yeah.
So obviously when you're at a small school, that is something that's hard to overcome.
I was told some players to watch Cascade. Jay Hall coming back. I believe
that's a big deal for them.
Yes, sir.
Big, strong kid. That's what I hear.
It's my first cousin's son, and that is one big boy.
Tough.
And fullback, and I'd hate to get in front of that.
Football player. Just a football player.
Jake said in the paper he's a program champion, and he is.
I guarantee
he brings a toughness and the work ethic that guy's got.
Is he linebacker also? Does he play defense?
He plays deep. Plays him at linebacker and then fullback. I noticed at the scrimmage he didn't get a lot of carries, but I expect when the season starts.
Well, we watched him 7-on-7, but he's not a 7-on-7 guy.
Right.
He's 11-on-11.
I know that. But he's a player. Blaze Bryson, too.
Got Blaze Bryson, who's an athlete.
He is.
I watched him freshman year, I believe it was, at Central. And first game we were at of the freshman, first thing you said, who's number one over there?
Right.
He was the different. You could just see he was a difference maker on the field. Very athletic kid, not afraid to stick his nose in there. You got Mason James, runs the ball a little bit also. And Colby Melson coming back. I'm interested to see what he does.
And you got to hope for this kid because, you work all that time and you work yourself into a starting position and then you get injured.
Right.
And it's a season-ending injury. You hate that for any high school kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I would hope that he has a heck of a senior.
I would too, because man, and it was collarbone. Am I right on that shoulder collarbone area? Just tough place to be hurt at, and hope he can get that out of his head when he's out there playing. And I do hope that he has a good year. I believe you have Cascade schedule also, or no? I do. Yeah. Let's see, August the 19th. They play at Moore County. So Moore County's got back-to-back, got Cascade and then Community.
Let's give them 2 losses. Let's give them 2 Bedford County.
So they've got 2 Bedford County teams off the bat, and they play Lewis County on the 26th, which you said is a tough team.
That guy's been there 106 years. They are disciplined. They get after you.
Then we got on September the 2nd, Watertown.
See, Watertown's another one of those teams that you used to count as a W every year. Zach and them played them every year.
Yeah.
But they've gotten a lot.
Well, that place gets bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger.
Then you go to the 9th. You got Fayetteville City.
Might be a couple athletes on the
field.
You got some athletes.
Some
Athletes there. On the 16th September, you got Eagleville. And followed by Chapel Hill Forest.
Wing team.
Which is tough always. They always have a pretty good team.
And by the way, Jackson County, you want to talk about desolate. Go to Gainesboro one night
I went there one time to watch a scrimmage in a diesel truck, and I thought I was going to be towed out because I couldn't find a diesel pump. Finally found one behind the one convenience store, and I had to have a retinal scan to get in there. And finally got enough diesel.
So you got Jackson County on the 30th.
Right.
Then they go to Community, October the 7th, which, again, we hope to be covered. I didn't put the away. I didn't put away. I'm sorry. Then the following week they've got a bye week on the 14th. Then the 21st go to Westmoreland, which I don't know much about.
It's a long way.
Not bad. And then you close out the season with East Robertson.
Right.
So they've got a full schedule there. A couple of teams, both of you play.
You can't. Both of you can't have 10-0 because you play.
Right.
That's right.
Shelbyville 10-0. I don't know.
Cascade's 9-1.
9-1 because we don't have a Cascade person on the.
That's right.
So
Kurt Parker was here. He would argue with our predictions. But I wish Jay Hall and them boys best of luck. I really do.
You just hope they lose one game.
Just one.
Just lose one game.
Just one. I do.
But I think we're
I
going
want to see them have some success.
I do too.
I want to see them have some success.
But I'm glad it's football time.
Oh.
Favorite time of the year.
Oh, Friday night and then college on Saturday.
I mean,
it's the best time of year.
Hey, are we taking questions?
We
are taking questions.
Nobody's watching.
But we don't have any yet.
This is Shelbyville Now questions.
Hey, you better say what sponsors again.
We would like to thank A&S Heating and Cooling. Doug and Lisa. We would like to thank them. Rob Gardner, who is an excellent insurance man. He gives you good promotional products there.
And this has been on there like 2 weeks, so don't let that fool you. I mean, it's been on there a long time.
And it took 2 years to get, but it's all right. And then we got Community Coatings. We want to thank them. One thing I would think would be fun to bring up, where is going to be the new headquarters of the Bedford County Chicken Fighting Association.
Now listen to me. First of all, I want to take a minute.
Excellent. Did you see the ring?
It's a nice ring. There was pride, confidence, and showmanship.
I told you today the British Bulldogs have wrestled in less rings than what that was.
That was nice.
It had ring ropes.
The thing was, lighting was superb. Warm-up ring for the chickens. I mean,
I've never seen that
was unbelievable.
600 birds.
Hey, Kentucky Fried Chicken had a booth out there. I mean, it was nice. It was
Red
crazy.
Man, Skull. They were all on the place. But this is big news and shit. It's been all over the place about this.
That wasn't their first time fighting there. I can tell you that.
I think it was the first night. But listen,
that ring had been there for a while. That was a nice ring.
I know it's illegal. That's the problem. But there's a lot of blue barrels around my neck of the woods, and I think they're just out there for fun and what have you. But I'll be honest with you. When I started chicken fights, I thought they dug a hole in the ground, pitched them in there, and this thing.
Hey, this thing is it's a lot better.
They had managers, little chickens with towels around their neck.
Hey, I mean, it was good.
Everyone chicken ring and a bell. Hey, I've never in my life.
Hey, and let me
get him rock some talented chickens.
And the round girls, holding up those chickens.
Listen, Bobby Fisher, I think was one. But anyway, that was a bust. And it was a bad deal. Now, what I did like was what Shelbyville Police Department did and said, if any of you want your chickens, come up here and claim your chicken.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
I know it is. And you went and picked up 3.
I did.
You went and picked up 3.
Fanny Black. I've been on her back for a while.
You sold her, but she's back in the fold, and that's good.
She was on the third fight.
But don't you think if you win that in Unionville, I mean, you'd have a shot anywhere you would?
Let me tell you something. No kidding. If you're the chicken champion of Unionville, that means you got a horse. Do they keep records?
Oh,
is there a record?
At that place like that, you do.
They have places to sit.
I was preaching revival. in South Carolina one time. I sat beside this man, and we talked for an hour and 15 minutes about chicken fighting. He was a chicken fighter. And I learned more in a day about chicken fights. And man, they come in there. He said he'd take books. And apparently he told me some ins and outs. And he was really
open about it.
Oh,
to the preacher.
Matter of fact, he was still in the business.
To the preacher that was at his church.
He wasn't the preacher.
No, you were the. I mean, he was
he
talking,
was saying it to me, and I thought, well,
talking to the preacher there. The preacher.
I got hung up at a Cracker Barrel one night. We were having a deacons meeting, and I got the lowdown on a lot of chicken stuff from one of our deacons, and he says the one thing you don't want, and I've never heard of this, but it was a cock hen.
Right, because you don't know.
You don't know.
That's
I mean,
right.
He said it's good for nothing.
Do you keep it or throw it in?
But now
that's
I'm not making that up.
No.
I thought he was making it up, and I said, I don't really know what that is. He said, well, it's not female, it's not male.
Transgender chicken.
We're having trouble all over the place.
We don't know. And I wonder if that's what the police department was having.
I don't know. I mean, did they have to have separate locker rooms? I don't know. But if you were going to fight, to me, if you were going to fight, what else are you going to do with them? If I'm going to fight, I'm fighting the fight. Because if they die, you're not out of layer and you're not out of break. I mean, I'm just
I'll be honest.
right.
But that has been a big topic today. Was the chicken fight.
Well, I mean, hey.
Some people make a living with that. I preached a funeral once, folks. You ain't gonna believe this either. And one of the things I asked them what so and so enjoyed, and that was what I had to mention, that he liked
chicken fight.
And so
I wonder if that place was air conditioned out there the other night. If it's air conditioned, I'd go. I would go. Now I'm telling you this, I'm not running.
Right? No.
I just have to get.
I'd walk out there to him and say, "Look, I just want to see."
I'm pretty sure it's a misdemeanor, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a felony. It's a misdemeanor, right?
Misdemeanor to get.
Watch it. Our staff is saying
the whole thing.
What about the ones get caught killing animals? I mean, that's big, isn't it?
Well, I think that's the animal's fault. I mean, if they die, it's like a suicide.
You got a duck. I mean,
be better, right? Be better.
Get better. Go. Chicken sky. I mean, I don't know what you know.
But there was a huge chicken fight bust, and the way the paper give it.
What do you think? What do you think the conversation was like between the officers before going in there and busting that show up?
I'll tell you this: I bet they didn't think they were going to find several hundred chickens. I wouldn't think so.
They didn't grab them.
I mean, you'd have had to been tipped off, and you standing around there.
Well,
we're about to go bust up this.
What was the call? Came in as large ruckus. I promise you, wouldn't it? You put 300 chickens. I promise you, a ruckus is coming. I mean,
I'm not even sure where this was at. What area?
I'm not.
Ross Rover.
Railroad Avenue.
You won't say? Okay.
I'm not saying that. I don't know that for sure.
All right. Well, I'll be honest. I've lived there my whole life in Unionville. I've never seen a chicken fight. Never know. I don't know where they have them, but they have them.
Well,
I'm pretty sure of that.
So I've never been to a chicken fight. I'm 54. I've never been to a chicken fight. I've never seen a pole vault in Bedford County. But I think, you back me up on this, I think if Josh Burnham had been on the track team, he could have pole vaulted in his high school days. Don't you
and threw the javelin with his other hand.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably the best athlete I know.
Well, from community.
From community, absolutely.
Him or Stallings? Which one? I mean,
no. Which Stallings was he's the best football player I've ever had.
Okay.
How many years on football, though? I mean,
Six.
But he was good.
He was good. But chicken fight is one subject. Another subject we've been needing to discuss is just simply, and serious moment a second, not what we don't do well at.
Dan doesn't want to get serious the other day.
No, I just want to talk. We've been discussing. We had Chad Graham on, and then we continued that discussion on after a while. And we've been talking about Madison Street and how to get more business here and those type things. And then the discussion there's got to be around Bedford County at some point is, what are we going to do with the overcrowding of the schools? What are we going to do politically? And this is what I thought. There was an old statement I heard that there was a day we lived in stick houses and went to brick churches, and now we live in brick houses and go to stick churches. Well, my thing is, I'd hate for us as a county to spend a fortune to build something in brick somewhere else. I'm not going to mention that. While our kids still go to stick houses, if that makes sense. And that's just bothered me the fire out of me. So I guess what I did, I got on the school board. But well, we got some issues, Jeffrey, and much as we like to have fun and cut up, we still have to get some good minds together and figure out the next step on this thing. And I'm usually not the serious one, but I didn't want to say that. But Bedford County,
well, we got several schools that are either there or approaching being overcrowding.
Right.
And we have more and more people come. I mean, our county's growing population-wise every year.
That was one guy, though. He said something. I loved it. We sat right here in this spot and we argued about, well, what can we put on Madison Street? And there's one guy said, hey, we got jobs. We've got jobs. And I was telling my wife last night coming home from church, I saw something where Frito-Lay is in Fayetteville. Now, I don't want you to leave Bedford County, go to Fayetteville to work. But they told me what they paid an hour. And I thought, people won't go take that job. I mean, it's like $15, $16 an hour.
Well, we've got them closer than that. I mean, I saw a thing in the paper, or I guess on the website of Times Gazette. They were putting out a thing for Calsonic. You know, Calsonic's not doing the temporary thing. Well, I mean, they're hiring
go right in.
They say go right in. And, you know, if you check out, I mean, I'm sure you have to pass a drug test and that kind of thing. But, I mean, you can get a job, and that's a good paying job.
Your brother Eddie told me if I ever wanted to work at Calsonic, I could go to work tomorrow. I mean, that's how they need workers. And I don't want to go, not because I like where I'm at, but there's a lot of places to work. And the economy's in pretty good shape. I think we better get it while we're getting good.
I saw the other day, the country as a whole, there are more jobs available than unemployed people on unemployment. Unemployed, able. So there's no excuse. Really, there's just no excuse.
Well, and then we looked up the other day, and population-wise, our county is 33rd out of 95.
Right.
And if you can remember back, and I'm showing my age here, on the license plates, they used to have the number.
Yeah.
And you know, at one time we were 42.
Right.
Then we moved up to 38, so now we're 33.
Right.
And then you look at the median income, and we are 60th. We're the 60th county. And several counties around us that would surprise you or surprise me that were ahead of us in median income. Giles County, Marshall County, Lincoln County, Coffee County.
By 20 and
Franklin
by
County,
20 or so.
Lincoln County was 20. Of course, Moore County is 7th. You know, they're the 93rd largest county, and then they're 7th in median income. And when you say that, you say, naturally, Jack Daniels.
Right.
You know, big and important. Right. But not when you look at Lincoln County being 20, Murray County, all of those, everything that surrounds us is quite a bit higher than Giles County was like 57. And I know they've lost a ton of business. So at some point, you know, we have to, if we're going to have the quality of life that you're talking about, at some point we have to raise the median income.
Right.
Because you just cannot keep on going lower in that and then raising your population, because that's where you get overcrowded schools without the money, the tax money to build new schools.
And the heyday of the horse show, Stanley Toad, Eaton, pencil companies, man, Shelbyville, not to mention the Eaglettes was bringing in, and I'm not even kidding. I mean, the teams that would come in here and travel in those tournaments they'd have, and who didn't come to? Did you ever try to go to an Eaglette game in the 80s?
Absolutely.
And the people that just brought in. By the way, Shelbyville football was no.
That wasn't a joke at the time.
When McCroskey and some of those guys are running, but Shelbyville, man, it was a happening place. And I think it can be again.
I think the horse, as far as tax dollars goes, I think the horse show is playing a bigger role than what a lot of people would probably like to admit. Sure. And I know a lot of people just, it's a horse show, it's gone, whatever. But we got to replace that money with something. And that's a big deal.
Take the tractor pull out Chapel Hill.
Yes.
What happens? I mean, it would hurt them immensely. And the horse show.
I think I saw somewhere around $20 to $30 million in tax income to the area throughout the year of from the horse show.
Right. Well, what it does when you take that out, it takes away all your extras.
Yeah.
You know, you're spending, on necessities only, and you don't have all the extra that you could put towards something.
Right. And then when a new school needs to be built or repaired, or if flume collapses or whatever, you don't have that sitting there. You don't have that wiggle room.
Right.
But I do think that, we did a poll and 48% were a hard no of not one single night are they going to support the horse show. I think people around here have just kind of given up on it, don't care about it so much. And it was an important piece of our local economy.
When I was growing up, everything revolved around it, especially this time of year. Whether you were leaving town, renting your house out, rooting for some horse, it was such a huge deal. And I still like the stake class. I like to, but you don't have to slip in there and find a seat like you used to, and those type of things. But for those that don't want it and got sick of the tourism, you don't stop and think about the tax dollars that brought in for those kids at school, for your police, for your firemen. And I don't know. I'm not a horse guy. I don't know how you get it. Well, I know one way, but I can't say it. But, there's other influences, starting to come in and hurt it immensely. But
what about putting the Grand Championship chicken fight over here? You don't think, hey,
wow. Right there in
I'll tell you right now, you can feel like they're up. I mean, I'm just saying, what if we went with like rubber gloves instead of
boxing gloves
and see?
Right.
We could run that for a year and see what happens.
Submissions.
Hey,
right.
I mean, you got a flap
Put them in the chicken wing.
Yeah, be a flap out instead of a tap out. There you go.
Well, we're waiting. We got any questions out there?
No questions?
Well, hit our sponsors. Those guys did a great job. We appreciate it. And my sponsor tonight, I'm going to mention, is Rob Gardner, State Farm Insurance. And, man, not only is he a great agent, good a guys you'll ever meet, go see Rob for insurance needs. And he'll be at Southern Fair on Tuesdays at 11:30.
And we learned his wife is funnier than he is.
No, it ain't close.
And don't bring rook cards because Rob won't bid more than
125 top. And there's nothing worse.
He'll send back, y'all. Yes, sir.
Be holding it all, bid one. Also want to thank A&S Heating and Cooling. I want to thank them and Community Coatings.
Community Coatings. I saw where they were spraying Nissan Stadium.
I think they did the poles for the lights.
Have you seen how big those poles?
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. I'd be advertising the crap out of that.
I would too. And then you don't have to worry about overspray. I mean,
no,
you're not gonna hit much beans.
Just
let it go. I'm in the parking lot. I mean, I could have probably sprayed it if they'd let me.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna spray them from the ground. I'm not getting up in there.
No doubt.
So is that right? I mean, I thought we'd have some questions, but we
got a few
comments about the horse show.
Somebody going?
Well, Brad Jones made the comment.
I didn't know what you meant. I hope they are going.
Brad Jones made the comment that the problem is as many people are coming in or going out, and I think that's
true.
I think that's true. I think a lot of the
wait a minute.
A lot of the locals.
First thing we need to do is right when school starts and the horse show's coming, we need to pave the roads.
Let's pave North Main.
Hey, seriously.
No, we're paving 41A to Eagle.
And it was slowing down with that to stay here.
Yeah. Like bridge is out.
Yeah, take the bridge out.
But like my grandmother or great grandmother before she passed away was telling us, like the town used to shut down. I mean, people would get off work early, businesses closed down early. And she said at the time she had to go buy 10 dresses, or the women would talk bad about you if you wore the same one more than one night.
Strolling Jim.
Yeah, I mean, and it's George in his suit and top hat every night.
It was just a big grandparents. They wore that same 10 dresses.
It's all year. I mean, that year,
From year after year.
And then we do have another comment. We're back on the chicken fight.
Oh, wait a minute.
Just think how big of I'll say chicken fighting tournament you could have at the horse show grounds. I promise you it would make more money than the horse show.
That was Big Sean.
Well, let me just say this. I don't know how many chickens you could put in there at one time.
Right.
Boy, you got a lot of matches going on.
Hey, you could have every weight class. You think about it.
The weight class.
Yeah, we got and then you can have like an ugly duckling, division. I mean, if you're not like a marred up chicken, I mean, we'll give you one more chance for rifle. I mean, you got one more.
They can play final.
Feathers all over, feathers missing.
Right. We got one that's barely walking. Bring him over here.
Right. They can pair them up.
and then you can legalize gambling for the night and bet on them. I don't think that happens at a regular chicken fight.
No, there's no wagers.
That's why it's a
Hey.
misdemeanor, and that's good. We want to keep that.
Very legitimate event, I heard. I've never been.
I've never.
I've never been.
But on anything's illegal.
No.
No. And
Well,
so, no more
Sean's
Battle Royale.
Royale.
Battle Royale.
That's exactly right. The top rope, baby.
Just throw all 600 out there. Last one standing.
Last one standing. But think about this. You got all those food booths. They could run out and get the chickens.
Right.
Throw them in the fryers.
Hey,
So, right.
pluck them, throw them in.
Lions Club.
Lions Club would be big. I mean,
Right.
I hear they know how to do it down there.
Oh,
So
they can do it all.
they can do it all.
I promise you. Hey, speaking of the one thing, Optimus Donuts are just a few days away. I've already heard people talking about them.
I've heard they taste a little different than they used to. People say they
they
taste
changed the
different.
grease, I think, and that was a
They
bad
changed that
mistake.
50-year grease out,
Well,
and
I'm
But they're
taste
still
it.
good. I'm still gonna, you know.
I'm not going to eat any because I'm watching my weight right now. But
where are you watching?
I don't know. But I'm going to come to the horse show.
Me too.
Makes sense.
I will. And
Can you get a box for a couple of nights?
Sure you can.
yes.
I think we need to do
Just
that.
do it dance
136.
way. Just do it dance way.
136.
Hey, if you walk in there and you hold up a piece of paper like the biggest stuff, I've seen them do it. Hey,
Travel.
just find one of them that's got folding chairs in it. Just
That's
get right in there,
right.
lean back,
like
start,
you belong.
Right. And
get
just
your
yell
Lions
at one
Club
of them.
book and start acting like you're filling it out. Hey, they'll leave you.
And then when one of them comes around, you holler, hey, look here, Judge.
Hey, look here.
Hey,
You're
hey.
not looking. You're not looking.
Yeah, you're
Like
not looking over here.
Like they'll go on the microphone thing. You know, they got the little earpiece.
Well, I could never pick a winner. I'd look at them dudes and I'd be yelling and yipping, and my guy'd get
I
exit
pick,
from the gate, please. 642.
I pick the gray ones every time.
Did you?
Every time. And those certain years when they were good, man, it was like being a Vanderbilt fan. When you pick them, you stay with them, and eventually they'll make you happy.
Always next year.
Hey, but then if it's a year with a white horse, a black horse,
Right, right,
you're
right.
through. That's why chicken fight would be so much better. They all look alike.
That's
You
true.
got to put a number on them and let them go.
And we also beans are up at the Speedway gas station. Have you seen
I
that?
did. I have.
And I still have not figured out.
Progress, son.
I still have not figured out how people are going to get in and out of there
I tell you
without backing up
I'll tell you
Madison Street. On the way over here, somebody was trying to turn left, going down, I believe, at Deary Street.
Turning lane's not needed.
And I got stuck behind him till it was two red lights.
I
Two
believe
red lights
on our revitalization show, somebody mentioned bumper cars and go-karts. One of them's fixing to happen
That's
right
right.
here behind the front of King Gate. Just sit over in that parking lot and watch. Because bumper cars, that's coming.
Is that a raceway by 7-8 pumps? Is that what they're
Speedway
Speedway.
Cafe. Speedway
Speedway.
Cafe.
Oh,
That's how they have the best subs.
Best sub sandwiches.
I mean, they're not a sponsor, and Rob probably get mad, but
right.
I mean, we're going to try them.
I'm gonna try them.
Right. Matter of fact, my cousin Brad said, nah. Brad's market. Brad's market. Who needs a sponsor?
Ask
He
Brad.
does need to sponsor
I
it.
asked Brad if he's got a spinach salad because that's what I'm eating now.
I bet he's got Little Debbie
That'll
chocolate
tell.
pudding cake.
I bet he don't need more. We bought them like out 25 times.
Well,
So we've been live 30-something minutes and nobody's asked a question. Good, good.
they know. They know.
I believe we're about ready to wrap it up. One last time, I want to thank our sponsors, A&S Heating and Cooling, Rob Gardner with State Farm, and Community Coatings. Thank you guys, and we will be back with another show sometime shortly.
Probably wasn't the number question we thought.